connect, especially Heather was taking on and now she's out meditating. So it's all on you, Danny. And we really appreciate you jumping in and making it all happen. I also want to give major praise to Lauren for stepping in to give it Twitter so strong. She made an epic retro PGF thread for Giveth. I think everyone needs to go in there and give it a retweet. Not to mention she woke up super early just to actually submit it so that she could apply for Optimism to even retweet it. So always going the extra mile. And I also want to just major praise to Algene for her patience, because I'm like constantly throwing stuff at her and then like walking away for a day or something because it gets lost in my DMs, and she's just so patient and kind with me. So thank you, Algene. And I'll pass it over to Lauren.
Thanks, Griff. I want to praise you. I want to praise Griff for all the work he put into the Retro PGF application. It took like really a lot of time and a lot of coordination. And so therefore, I also want to praise all the people that were supporting and getting stats and putting together all the information. Carlos and Ramin for creating the stats.giveth.io dashboard, and Monique for helping to coordinate it. Amin for doing all the work on Twitter impressions. And then we've got other people jumping into on outreach. We've got Algene supporting and Breachy supporting on submitting it, and just like so much work has been going into that Retro PGF application. I think it's super important. So praise basically to everybody who supported, even if I didn't mention you. I also want to praise Danny for all the work she's been putting into coordinating DevConnect and just making sure that everybody's happy and that we have a whole schedule. I think that's like super important. Awesome work. And I want to praise Mitch for just being so great in coordinating around KYC for Arbitrum so that we can accept the funds, and jumping through a bunch of hoops because like we just do everything confusing over here. And I'll pass it on to Dane.
Oh, you said me. Okay. Oh, okay. I want to praise Maje and Surbi for jumping into calls and being super supportive. All of these details would not be as well tracked if I didn't have a couple angels helping me keep them going. And I also want to praise Franco and Mitch for jumping in the last couple of days to keep our praise train rolling by jumping tracks over to Optimism. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there and let everybody get a chance to give praise by passing it to Franco.
Thank you, Danny. First of all, I want to praise Septic, Griff, Suga, Pedro, Ana Maria, and everybody in the fundraising team for all the work that you put into these projects that went into Retro PGF, but especially for supporting me to put in the Giveth House as a Retro PGF project. It's really important to have it there and get funding to keep this place open and alive. Second, I want to praise Mitch and Danny for working together with me in migrating the reward DAO into Optimism, since we were having so many problems with the Gnosis Aragon. So that's great. And third, I want to praise Mitch again, just for being an awesome buddy and spending a lot of time with me, listening to me and supporting me whenever I feel stuck on things. And I'll pass it over to Jake.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start with, I'm going to call the Retro P Giveth F team for all their hard work getting all the apps in. That would be Griff, Kotabe, Franco, Lauren, Breachies, Shell. A lot of hard work went into that, and I know it's going to pay off for us. Secondly, coincidentally, my favorite candy also happens to be my Giveth buddy, Mr. M&M, Pedro himself, for materials, mindset, and mechanisms. The man just gets it done every single week. And last, I'm going to go ahead and coin it the Mitchinator for just crushing everything in his way. Basically, come with me if you want to give. Very well done, Mitch. Always appreciate you. And let me pass it on to Santi.
Thank you, Jake. Again, I want to praise everyone involved in the Retro PGF proposals. Also the praise team, Pedro, Christopher, Marichis, and Ana Maria. I also want to give praise to Danny for the amazing work she's doing for DevConnect and everyone that's helping her. It's unbelievable how she's taking care of absolutely everything. And I want to give praise to Maya, who's also giving a lot of support on the Telegram channel for DevCon. And I'll pass it to Meta Verde.
Yay! I'm so happy to be here. I want to praise Franco for being so patient with me yesterday when I was apparently in the wrong call, but he talked to me for quite a while about what's going on. Griff for being so friendly and making me feel welcome again. Yay! And everybody who stuck it out in the Dow sphere. And I'm not sure who to pass it to, so I'll let Griff pass it.
Sure, I'll throw it over to Algene.
Thanks, Griff. I want to praise Lauren and Almond for providing feedback and making edits on the outreach message for the Octan stakers. I also want to praise Prichelle for making things easy for the contributors and always assisting people for their Clackify questions. I also want to praise Kotabe for the calls that we've been having lately and for going through the sheets for the Octant outreach. I'm going to pass it on to Mitch.
You just caught me making my praise. I'm gonna praise all of the front end guys and Monique for pushing out a new version of Giveth with Ether Classic and Wallet Connect and all those great things. I'd like to praise Danny and Franco for pushing forward on planning Dev Connect. And lastly, I want to praise Mateo for all of the work that he's doing making multi-sigs happen on the DApp and working with me very closely on that. And I'll pass it on to Christina.
I would like to praise, I guess, kind of from the outside, everyone here. Just really impressed with the QF round that you pulled off kind of really fast. And I saw people looking forward to it and engaging in it. So yeah, the whole team.
Thanks, Christina. And I can pass it to you. Let's throw it over to Craddy.
Hey everyone, I would like to praise the full front-end team and the back-end team for making Giveth happen and the latest releases. Secondly, I would want to praise Monique for sharing the process of how the software requirement comes in and then how it reaches to the developers and what are the gaps in the software requirements that and the whole process so that I could brainstorm and deep dive there. So praising Monique for that. I would like to praise Lauren for meeting me, and she shared 3 links with me. 2 of them were YouTube videos. One of them was a detailed blog on Giveth, past features, upcoming features, strategy. And all these 3 links really helped me understand and get perspective on where we have been, where we are going, what's our vision. So thanks so much. I would like to pass it on to Griff.
Thanks. Let's throw it over to Serby.
Thank you. I would like to thank Jake and Griff for quickly catching up with me yesterday and giving me feedback on the partnership deck. I want to thank and praise Rodri. He's just amazing, so responsive, so quick. He really helped me, just beautify the entire deck. I want to thank Steve, Elgene for like really helping with the outreach database and also with the outreach process that was going on for quite a long time. I actually joined in late, so I don't know who's left. I will pass it back to Griff.
Perfect. Well, let's throw it over to Juan. Juan, do you have any praise dish? No? Then let's try tossing.
Hi everybody. So I want to praise Mitch. Mitch has been a superstar to the design team, especially with the superfluid integration and trying to implement everything. I also want to praise Monique. Monique has also been great as PM to acting as a bridge to the developers and the designers trying to implement the designs. And I also want to praise Mo. Mo has been great looking over designs, trying to improve flows and whatever it is we've actually done. That's all on my end. I'll pass to, sorry, I joined late, so I'll just like take a guess. Let's see. pass to Maye.
Wow, well done. Oh, what, Almond, did you get a chance to go?
No, I can go. Thanks. I want to praise Juan and all the Giveth project owners that took the time to record a video for Giveth, to post it in our social media and have more content of our projects. I want to praise Christina because she's just in all the communities. She's in Optimism. She's in Friends with Benefits. She's in Boys Club. She's in Public now. She's just everywhere. Crazy. And I want to praise Lauren because she created a great Twitter thread that took her several days to finish about Giveth and optimism history, Giveth relevance for optimism. So that's just great. And I will pass it to Algene, who already went.
Yep, Algene went. I think everyone went. Right? Yeah, Algene went. I think everyone else went. So I think we can get this party started. Right? I'm not, as long as I'm not missing anyone. Oh, well, Breachy's just rolled in. Breachy's, do you want to praise?
Hey, GM. So I will praise Jean because she's always available when I need something and she always say yes to help me. My second praise will be for Grief because we had a really good body call and it's always nice to have a honest conversations with him. And I want to praise Jake because he's taking the lead at fundraising and he makes fundraising them really fun. And because I love his breaks, are really fun too. So back to you, Griff.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming. You just experienced praise, and I think everyone in here has played with the praise game before. It's really fun, but the coolest thing about praise is, remember, put it in the Discord. /activate, then /praise to your heart's content. You actually distribute give tokens to the people you praise. So it's a super fun way to show gratitude, and the people that you send gratitude to actually get rewarded for it, which is crazy. And welcome to Community Call 185. Some announcements. Surprising, we have Ether Classic on the DApp. It's not announced yet. The announcement's tomorrow, but it's out there. If you have, check your old wallets. If you happen to have any wallets from like 2016 that have Ether on them, you might be surprised that you have money to donate on Giveth. So check it out. Also, Give Connect is crazy. I mean, it's coming up so soon. Can you guys believe it? It's like 11 or 12 days. We'll all be together in Turkey. It's going to be really fun. So less than 2 weeks away. And so expect things to go a little bit slower during while everyone is out there in Istanbul. If you haven't filled out this form yet, please do. I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, definitely give an update to Danny or anyone else by filling out this form, and we can get your allergies and all that kind of stuff. There were some natural disasters in Morocco and Libya, and we are still fundraising for them. So if you know any projects in Morocco or Libya, definitely give us a holler because we would love to connect with them and try to route funding to them. And Retro PGF is in full force, and the Giveth Galaxy is all over optimism these days. We have the Retro PGF Twitter, which you can check out. It's definitely worth checking out. There's like a nice, please follow it. Give us a follow and check there for all the latest news and updates on Retro PGF. We have regen scores that you can mint and see how regen you are according to your on-chain metrics. You can create Aragon DAOs on Optimism now. The Common Stack deployed this, and soon you'll even be able to deploy an augmented bonding curve on Optimism, which is going to be wild. And you can go praise not only in the Giveth Discord, you can go praise in the Optimism Discord. And so if you hang out in the Optimism space, don't be shy, but definitely go out there and praise in the Optimism Discord and show your love. It's a great way to spread the optimism. And also, this is the first time this one's up there. Pairwise.vote. If you want to play with our cool voting system that is kind of emerging out of the galaxy, it's a really way simpler way to curate these thousands projects that are coming through Retro PGF. So it'll be a cool voting system. It's not totally set yet. Obviously, we don't even know what projects are submitted to Retro PGF, but it's really coming along. And if you want to play with it, you could go check it out. And with that, just a warning, Almond, we're gonna skip Communitas. There weren't a lot of updates for Communitas, so we're gonna skip Communitas today. But we'll start with you on communications, Almond.
Perfect, thanks. So I think that I was already telling you a little bit about my slide in my praise. I don't see my slide yet. Oh, yeah. Next one, please, Griff. Thank you so much. Cool. So I was telling you about these threads that took several days for Lauren to be created. And it's just a great story that I believe everyone Giveth contributors should know. So for the next time that someone asks you about the relevance of Giveth on Ethereum and for Optimism Network, you should definitely read these threads so you have clarity and you know how to answer. And it would be great if you can also help us quote, retweet, get more eyes in this really cool thread, and check out the stats that also are included there about the impact that Giveth had for optimism in this year. Very impressive. Just put the comms stats here, just to not spoiler the other people that will be presenting, that maybe they will shield some of the other stats. But regarding comms, we created 186 posts from us and our community mentioning Giveth and optimism, which is crazy. We got more than 730,000 impressions, and I bet that now we have even more. But Monday, this was the caught stat, and 530 listeners in our 4 optimism focused Twitter spaces, which is crazy. So a lot of work that has been happening here regarding optimism and Giveth and our community. I think it's just very impressive. So go ahead, check the other stats, share, and support Giveth. And then we've been experimenting with running paid campaigns, which is cool because, as I already mentioned, we create a lot of really cool, very good quality content, and really we want for more eyes to see it and appreciate it. So we've been experimenting with paid ads for our OP campaign, in which if you add an OP address, you earn 25 OP tokens. Remember, you need to be verified project. We also run a campaign of our OPQF round with pretty good results. So we want to keep trying and experimenting with this and get better and just get more eyes in the Giveth content. And remember that we still need your Octane support. If you stake your GLM tokens, then you should definitely go and support Giveth and join the Twitter space, the X space that would be happening after this call, which Lauren will be chatting with James about Octant in case that you have more questions. This will be a GLO dollar X space that would be happening after this call. So go and support Lauren and join and set your reminders. And I believe we skip Comunitas. So let's go with the DAP.
Yeah, let's do it. So the DAP, we have a call every other week. So that there will be another one. Well, we had one 2 weeks ago. So we'll have the one on the 31st, which will be our next call. And that happens at 8 a.m. Mexico time on Tuesdays. And we also have a weekly development chapter, just
Thanks, Mitch. Great. Queue Up and Give Economy World. We meet on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You can go to the next slide. As you already knew, most likely, we just finished running our QF round on Optimism. So it was an awesome, super huge success. We had 25,000 DAI in the matching pool, nearly the same amount in donations. We had $23,000 of donations from individual donors. So our 125 projects that we're raising funds in the round are really being well taken care of. The data has already been passed to Trusta Labs for Sybil analysis. So hopefully we'll be able to get that back like early next week and then finish at the Sybil analysis and then like be able to send the matching funds towards the end of the following week to projects who were raising funds in that round. So super huge success, lots of donations and activity happening on Optimism. And it was just like an amazing effort. You can also see some other stats like we have like 415 verified projects that were onboarded onto Optimism and like 415 on Optimism, 215 are verified. So a lot of these projects were applying to just be part of this Optimism round. So it was a huge onboarding effort to run this QF round. And yeah, I'm super happy with the results. Also, in that last release that just went live, we got the IDRS integration live. So now when you donate on Twitter, the donations also count. Like you'll be able to see them on the Giveth app, which is super cool too. In order for them to count in QF rounds, the person who's donating will still need to verify their Gitcoin passport. So, but I'm still excited that this exists. If you have a project and you want to make that happen, make sure you fill out that type form. It's basically just like put your project URL, give us your Twitter handle. That's the whole type form. But yeah, then we can kind of like give your information to Idris so that it can be set up for your project instance. And then also, we're going to be running a Polygon QF round coming pretty relatively soon. I mean, our timeline is really based on Polygon themselves. So I passed all the information from our forms and data that we'll need to collect, but they're going to be basically doing an onboarding process for 100 projects. And then we'll be like pulling them onto Giveth and making that round go live sometime in November. So stay tuned on that. It's like kind of dependent on our timeline, dependent on their timeline, but the latest information is that the onboarding campaign will start November 6th. So if you're a project that's contributing to Polygon who wants to raise funds in the QF round, keep your ears tuned for announcements after November 6th. Also very exciting, we're going to be looking at running an ENS builders round. So ENS is interested in running a QF round on Giveth. It's going to be a $10,000 matching pool, and they want to basically like choose builders who are contributing to the ENS ecosystem in some way. So we're going to kind of do like a co-marketing effort and be running this round. Still ironing out the details there, but it's the conversation is it's going well, and so I think that we're probably going to be running that round hot on the tails of the Polygon round. On the Give economy side of things, last week we decided we'd cut ETC givebacks from scope, but this week we decided that we're going to reward people who donate on ETC, but the givebacks will happen on Gnosis chain. So givebacks still happen if you donate on ETC. You just get them claimable on Gnosis chain, which is similar to our other chains except for Optimism, where you get it on Optimism. Also, extending the Give Power rewards is the forum post is going to be coming up today, because we really got to extend those rewards. And yep, and I've just been taking too long with it. But that's all we got in the QF Give Economy Working Group section. So I'll just sling it over to Tossin. No, Mo. I don't know. You're both here. Whoever's taking design.
Hi, it's me. I take it. Okay, so this week is I mean it's still some project that we actually started working on weeks ago, but it's still ongoing. The homepage improvement is still ongoing. I didn't put a link there, Griff, because it's a lot of different revisions, and we're not actually ready to show it off yet. And also we are talking with Marco to run an A/B test on the homepage. So we might actually not showing the homepage to public very soon, but it's kind of going to be an A/B test. So we are going to make sure that we are doing the right thing with the homepage. And then I asked the new designer actually joined the team. Is actually working on the adding wallet address in the create project form, and it's actually going really well, and it's a tiny improvement that can make a lot of difference, because also based on the new data that we are gathering from the post tag, I actually noticed that a lot of users actually having a lot of issues with adding the wallet address. So it can help a lot to the new user, to all users that they want to create a project with Giveth. Also, Solana integration is also happening, and Tosin is actually taking the lead on this. And yeah, also I mean tiny fixes regarding the QF here and there that we're also working on. That's everything from the design. I pass it back to Griff.
Thanks. Well, and actually, we throw it over to Mitch for DAO-Ops.
Yeah, sure. So we had this is DAO-Ops. We have a governance call that happens every week, starting at 9 a.m. on Mondays, Mexico time. And we also have a DAO-Ops working group biweekly sync. Most of the team is out, so we just had a small call with myself, Rochelle, and Kai just an hour before this community call started. So those normally happen bi-weekly, Thursdays, 8 a.m. Mexico time. Why that Costa Rica's up there still. irrelevant now. Some updates. So the Q3 RGIV distribution is ongoing until November 10th, and there's a forum post there. New Clockify workspace is active. It's been active for a couple weeks, just letting you know. And the big notable is that our snapshot vote for the season 2 budget passed with a GLO. It was contentious though. There was a whale that just went in there and voted shrink. So I don't know. It was a good one. But in the end, the DAO, the token holders, decided that we should grow. So we're gonna go for it. If you want to know what that means, there's a forum post link to the snapshot that gives you all the details. And let's go back. Forum posts, you got those open already. The Q3 2023 NRGIV, maybe the last RGIV distribution. Well, at least in this manner. So that's, as I mentioned, open until November 10th, and you can read the forum post and find out if you're eligible from there. Give Connect Planning Part 2. I don't think there's any new movement, but this is just more of a PSA to make sure you read it, understand, and ask questions, especially to Danny, because Heather's out. So if you have any questions around Dev Connect, Griff mentioned it again, but there's the forum post, okay? The last thing here, this is from Griff. This is around the hackathons. So encouraging Givethers to join a hackathon team and win some money, and then give a portion to Giveth. So there's lots of stuff up here. There's a poll that Griff made, so go ahead and give it a read. And what else we got in there? There's not really anything pressing. There's a few RGIV votes. Looking good. That are available right now. I think Santi might be up there and a couple others. But anyway, it'll be fine. Yeah, mine's just dying too. It doesn't want to do anything, Griff. That's fine. Let's take a look at the token log. All right. Okay, so some changes here. Multi-sig compatibility with the DApp. That's in top place. That's cool. I like that. Project discussion surprisingly high. Giveth APIs. Interactive product walkthrough. Oh, Giveth Pro's up there too. I like that. Some analytics dashboard, GiveFi, all these things. So if you guys are looking at this, this is a token weighted backlog of features that have been requested and vetted by product managers. So you can actually vote on these with your Give tokens on Gnosis chain or your staked Give tokens. We're working on actually adding in the Optimism Give token as well, so like you could count that towards your votes. So basically, this allows token holders to like signal what features they think that Giveth should build next. And you can go in there and vote right now if you have Give tokens on Gnosis chain. And that's it for that part. Next part here, some forms. You guys know these ones. Review your fellow contributors, especially if they're about to have a buddy review call. There's a link to the forum there. You can also give feedback to yourself and forgive it as an organization through a self-review form. And interesting enough, through this next proposal that was passed for DAO Ops, we're going to be finally analyzing that data and figuring out some ways to improve Giveth as an organization. Lastly, if you have any workplace conflicts, there's a Gravity support request. You can use that form there. Nicola's out, so you might have to wait a couple of weeks with your conflict, or just. But and we're also hiring. There's a few jobs here in the jobs board for General Magic, for Giveth, and for Tommy DAO. Interesting enough. So yeah, we do have some open positions available. Check it out. Leave an application there. And the last thing I have to talk about is time off. So time off, a few people, Matteo and Carlos, are gone on Monday. They're going to be chilling in Italy, eating some pizza and some pasta and drinking lots of wine, I'm sure. So they'll be gone from the 30th until November 8th. Heather's gone into a silent meditation retreat, so don't even try. She won't answer until the 29th. Moshe Hab, I think that's an old one, so I don't think Moshe Hab is gone anymore. Nicola's gone until the 6th. Ashley's gone tomorrow, so the 27th. I guess she'll be back on the 28th, but that's the weekend. Mohammed said he was out today, but I think he's taking more vacation, but he hasn't written it anywhere. Monique's gone the 31st and November 1st and 2nd. Myself and Almond are out the 1st and 2nd of November. It's Dia de Muertos. And Frischel is gone the 19th to the 27th of November. And there's this cool thing, Griff's got it open already. You can now book and view time off in Clockify. Okay, so no more scrolling through these crazy lists of people in a Discord channel. There's like a calendar view. You could see who's in, who's out, who's taking time off when, and it's all nice and easy. And you can request time off. It's not really requesting because it's automatically approved, but basically Clockify has your balance of your time off balance. And so you could just request time off. It's approved there and it automatically goes to your balance. And Frischel doesn't have to break her head updating spreadsheets all the time with craziness. So that's it. That's it. If you're taking time off, just make sure to use that so that it's added to the calendar and people can go and check and see if you're in or out any time of the day. And that's it for DAO Ops, and I'll pass it on to fundraising.
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, for us, we're focused on ZK Bob grant, Mantle grant. We had a really good meeting with Mantle, and it looks like those are pushing through to the final steps, getting the proposals over. Also looking at some other grants like BNB, Ripple, Monad. Some soft wins for us. We're still waiting on the funds from Cello. And then as mentioned by Lauren and many others, we should see some final matching for the Giveth Optimism QF round, as well as a little bit of funds for Giveth itself. Things to focus on, which I hyperlinked there. Octant Epoch 1 is still going on. Giveth has already met the threshold. Would love to see praise for our community. I need a couple more votes there. Another one is ENS small grants. Looks like Giveth is doing really, really well. I think there was something like over 400 votes for Giveth, but again, praise is in that one, as well as a couple other grants for the Giveth Galaxy if we want to help out everybody involved. Kotabe's been working on POW Dump, POW Bump. There is a forum post. If we could get some more comments and likes, we'd appreciate that. Hyperlink there. Griff and I have been turning on the public goods router funnel again, hoping to get some dexes involved there. Thanks to Serby for creating a really beautiful deck. And then just some future updates. Optimism, Retro PGF applications were due on Monday. Again, praise to the entire team that was involved. Voting will start on November 6th. And then Gitcoin grants round 19. We're pretty hyped for that in the middle of November. And as Lauren mentioned, Polygon's probably coming somewhere November, maybe even a little bit further out. But that's it for fundraising. Let me pass it to rewards, and I think that's Danny.
Danny, are you there? No, we can't hear you. You're unmuted, but we can't hear you. I don't know. It says you're on mobile. Maybe leave and come back. I don't know. Something's wrong with your audio settings. It's funny because you just praised just fine. Well, I can start Danny's and she can come back and interrupt me. There's a bi-weekly sync on Monday at 8 a.m. I believe that's Mexico time, 4 p.m. in Europe for sure. And yeah, we are talking about adding karma into the rewards system, which is really exciting. You know, we had a lot of fun, and I still really like the fractal nature of our GiveDAO, distribution. But how cool would it be if we could integrate praise and quantifiable metrics from GitHub and various other sources from Karma into distributing reputation in Giveth? So that's in the works, and very exciting, very exciting. And Danny, if you want to jump in. Oh no, we still can't hear you. Oh, I saw a flash. Can anyone else hear Danny?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to log out. Now I don't know what you already said, but I want to be
Oh, I
very
just
excited with this
talking
little
about.
give rewards time travel machine that we have, where when we give praise today, this means you're getting rewards in your wallet in the future for stuff you already did. It's very cool. And we're talking about the future right now and the future of Rewards DAO and our upcoming season. So taking a look at ways we can be more integrated and be automating the different ways that everybody participates. Not only that our reward system is really evenly balanced between the human touch, the quantification that we do, and the automated side that's going out and seeing where your fingers are touching the keyboard and making sure we're balancing that. So as we look forward into the future and ways that we can be better, we also get to look back into the past. A little flashback there. You can see a link from when 5 years ago, Giveth implemented the little chat bot to start automating our praise capturing. So we've got a lot of history here, and we have a very promising future. You might call it an optimistic future. You'll see forum posts on there that our rewards distribution is a little held up. We're having some challenges with the Gnosis chain, and that's why we decided we're going to follow reputation and move our rewards DAO over to the optimism chain. So there's some forum posts there. Chime in. I'm an optimistic person, and I think it's a great idea. I need you guys to tell me what we're missing. What are some of the downsides? This means we're going to have some things distributed across a few different chains right now. And that is the future. So I'm sure it's going to get easier. And as always, please keep dishing that praise. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Danny. And thank you all for coming. We have a cool spotlight. Looks like GLO Dollar. I didn't see Melissa roll in. Who's presenting GLO Dollar today?
Ashley coordinated this, and she told me like it was organized already. Her name is Marsha. I don't know if she's coming or not.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can get her in, because I do talk to her as well. Yeah, oh, that's so tragic. I love GLO Dollar. Oh man. I don't see her. Oh no. That's so tragic. Oh well. Well, we'll have to reschedule GLO Dollar unless she pops in the next like 30 seconds. So, it's super cool if we can all enjoy our last 5 minutes. I mean, GLO Dollar, we just added GLO Dollar to the application, by the way. So, congrats. Great work, dev team. So, you can actually donate GLO Dollars and PayPal USD on Giveth now, and each one gets givebacks even. So, that's super cool. And GLO Dollar is, it's kind of like behind the scenes, USDT, USDC, they're actually investing in treasury bills. That you give them your US dollars and then they mint a token on Ethereum or on a sidechain, and then they take that money and they try to make money with it. So it's a hugely profitable business. They're earning interest off other people's money. It's amazing. And these organizations are making bank. So GLO Dollar is saying, hey, what if we do that, but instead we donate the money to Give directly, and then the money is straight up going to people in need. And so it's kind of like a way to take that business model and turn it into a very regen model that is directly supporting those in need. So that's super cool, and I hope that they can come back and present it another time. One thing that I saw in the chat that was interesting also is that there was a huge hurricane in Acapulco. I don't know if does anyone know if we're going to try to make a thing like we did for Morocco around Morocco and Libya around Acapulco?
It honestly, it was so much effort to do these two, and I would say if there's anybody who wants to take the initiative, you can make a project and do it, and I can help you, but it really is a lot of work. So like somebody can step up and make it happen, I would say. That's the best answer I can give. If you're waiting around thinking who's going to do it, then the answer is you should probably do something.
Cool. Well, then that's a challenge. If anyone wants to lead the initiative to try to raise funds for Acapulco, then let's talk. And we'll leave you at that. So thank you all for coming to Community Call 185, and we will see you at 186. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Griff. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Griff. Bye, everyone.